and we worship because it soothes us, right? And I'm gonna try to word this the proper way. But I don't know if you ever, like, if you ever been going through something and you just, or even if you're just busy, like your mind is just busy rattling, or if you're going through something tough, and you just can't get your mind right, you can't get your mind like correct, it's all over the place, you're worried out of your mind, and you're super anxious. And I don't know if you ever noticed that if you put worship music on, there's a peace, like there's this like a stillness and a calmness that comes over you. Part of it is that because of that alignment, you align yourselves you align yourself with God, so then things start to fall into place, right? But another reason is because I believe the Holy Spirit rides sound wave, right? He rides like waves of sound into our minds, into our hearts. And a lot of times certain things, so if a person says something to us, that might not reach our heart as quick, because we have our blocks up, and we have our distractions, and sometimes we have guarded hearts. We don't always have ears to hear or ears to listen and understand. But music, and sound wave has a way of just, it can cut through all of that, and it can get right into your mind, right, and infiltrate right into your heart. And I believe the Holy Spirit rides that wave into our minds and into our hearts. So biblical example is in first Samuel, Saul, King Saul. This was King Saul before Goliath. This is like the chapter right before Goliath, right? But King Saul was vexed with the spirit, right? The Holy Spirit had left him, and he was vexed with a spirit, an evil spirit, or tormenting spirit. So he was tormented. His advisors told him that, let's get somebody to who plays music to bring ease to you and calm you down, right? So they found David. They found Jesse's son, David. And David, a lot of people don't know that, but David was, he was a poet. And he was a musician, right? He played beautifully. I think I think it was the harp that he played. I don't know that for sure, but I think it was a string instrument, and I believe it was the harp. But they went and found David. Like, this was right before Goliath. David played for Saul, and Saul loved it. He loved him. And when he played that music, it eased his anxiety, it eased his depression, it eased his torment, that tormenting spirit that was tormenting him. That when David played the music, it soothed it, right? It soothed him, calmed him right down. And the Bible said the spirit left Saul whenever David played. And then, like, David became like the armor bearer for Saul after that. But yeah, that I think that's still true. I know that's still true. Because whenever I'm like feeling something, and I can't explain it, or I'm angry or about something, or I'm frustrated about something, and I'm ready to go off about it. I put on my worship music. My worship playlist, my is a gospel playlist on iTunes or Apple Music, but it's like 45 hours long, like almost 2 days long. Like I got like 500 something like songs on there, and it's a mix of all different kind of like gospel and worship music. But that I put that like I put certain music on, and it just there's a stillness, right? There's just a peace and a calm that eases my mind and my heart, right? And it helps to break up my anything that's in my heart that I will want to, like, even there's sometimes that I will I will want to retaliate to certain people. I will want to say certain things, but I can't, like, and then I know that's wrong. Like I know I shouldn't be doing that. I want to go off or whatever. And I know I should not want to feel that way, but I mean, we're human, right? We all get frustrated, and we all get angry. We all want to do certain things, say certain things. But what I do is, if I can't do it myself, if the Holy Spirit can't get me, like right away, and he can, but if I'm not allowing it to happen, if I'm not being obedient to it. So if I notice that it's tough for me to just like come down with me and the Holy Spirit, then what I do is I aid it. I aid the process. So I put on worship music, and then almost instantly, like, yeah, I just I come down, I calm down, I'm able to process better, and then really what happens is my mind is not even on that anymore. I'm focused on how good God is, and I'm now I'm thinking. And before I might have been thinking about retaliating on to somebody, or saying something back, or the thing that the wicked thing that somebody said to me, or the lies that somebody said about me, or whatever. I might be thinking about that and before, but then when I put it on, my mind is totally off that. And now it's on the goodness of God, and I'm like, you know what, I am like, I do appreciate what you did for me, Lord. I'm like, I do love the fact that you've made me the way you made me. You know what, you did make a way for me out of no way. And my mind shifts to the goodness, right? And not to the and not to whatever's going on. And then I'm able to go back after I've like totally had my focus shifted, and my mind and my heart like totally shifted in another direction on God's goodness, and I see how good God's been to me. Then I'm like the Lord provided for me. I've never been hungry. I've never begged bread. Like he protected my children. He protected my wife. He turned us around. He took us from he took me from being a worse person to a better person. I ain't perfect, but I'm much better than I used to be. I think much better than I used to. My heart is better, in a better place than I used to be. I could have been suffering. There's been times in my life where I probably should have been dead. That probably should have killed me. That happened a few times. I should have been dead. Nobody should have walked away from that or drove away from that. But you protected me. You protected my children. You protected my wife. You are a good God, and that totally. When I see how good He's been to me, and how good He is still being to me, then when I come back to when I'm done listening to worship music, I come back to whatever the issue is. It's not even a big deal anymore. I'm like, yeah, let people say whatever they want. Let them do whatever they want. Let them continue to try to do whatever they want. God's been good to me. He's being good to me. I could probably, and I even sometimes, like, I'm able to get to a place where I can say, yeah, I'll pray for them. Like, I'll pray for God to have mercy, because He's gonna handle that like he did all the other times. Like, he's always done it. He's doing it now, and He's gonna do it again. I'm gonna pray that God have mercy on you when he exact His judgment, or his justice. So yeah, it's a way that, for some reason, it's music changes us, and it soothes us to the point where it totally changes our hearts and minds, right? And our spirit, and the Holy Spirit. I really do believe that. I believe the Holy Spirit uses the music as a vehicle, right, to write it right into us. Like, no guards up. Like, it get right past the guards and all the stuff, and right into our minds and hearts. So yeah, that's another reason why we worship. There's a few more, and I'll probably, what I do, like, I'll probably just do like other videos. So this is probably like a 2-part video, and then I'll do like as I think about them, I'll do more on worship, like why we worship, right? And that's also, we'll get to that later. Right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, y'all have a great Sunday.